Let's see if I can orgasm with my partner.
Oh.
So basically how I first orgasmed with my partner was like, with my first boyfriend. I was like, so basically I obviously masturbated, yeah, obviously you obviously have, because you're saying with my partner. But basically what I did is that I consciously manifested it, and I know that's like an annoying thing to say, but basically I did this every time I do a law of attraction meditation whenever I'm trying to consciously manifest.
I thought you were saying when you were like flipping that bean.
No.
Oh.
But like you could do that. I've done that before, but not even because of that, but just because you feel so good and then you just get lost in the moment. No. So basically whatever you do to if you manifest, I guess, or whatever meditative state, when you're in a meditative state and you're like thinking and fantasizing about, you know what I mean, whatever you want to achieve, what I would do is, while I'm doing my manifestation thing, I would imagine I was having sex with my partner, and then I would imagine that I was having an orgasm, and while it was happening, like I would feel like I was having an orgasm because I would imagine it, and I would imagine that he was giving me an orgasm, and then I eventually had an orgasm with him. But an important thing, and probably the reason why you can't orgasm with your partner, is because you're not comfortable in yourself enough to like let go and to like have an orgasm, because it's so vulnerable.
And if you're a woman as well, it's so surrounded by shame.
Yeah,
like, you almost feel disgusting to have an orgasm.
Yeah. Yeah, and even even there's so much shame around masturbation as well. And
yeah, I used to feel guilty after masturbating.
Same.
I'd be like, everyone knows and I'm dirty now.
Yeah, same.
I'm going to hell.
Yeah, same, because it's like women shouldn't feel sexual pleasure, and like that's a conditioning that you have and that everyone has, and that you have to acknowledge before you're able, and like not get rid of, but acknowledge before you're able to actually have an orgasm with your partner. And to be able to like, and whatever, like, and like you want to be able to trust them, and whatever comes, whatever you have to do in order to do that, whether it could be like talking to them about like past trauma, or talking to them about what you like, or talking to them about how you don't feel safe, or talking to them how you don't feel like you can kind of let go. Because like I remember as well like whenever I'm like seeing a guy, and then the way I am whenever I'm seeing a guy, I'm like, I like big dick it, if you know what I mean. Like I'm like the more masculine one for some reason. Like I'm just like whatever, and then whenever they see me sexually, I get kind of embarrassed, because I'm like, oh my god, I'm so vulnerable right now, because I'm like enjoying myself and they have like power over me. And then like to orgasm, I need to like fully like let go of how they perceive me, because like I'm talking shit, but you just have to completely let go and to be able to have an orgasm, because you have to be completely in the present moment and like completely trusting within the present moment, if you know.
I also, majority of women can't orgasm with just penetration alone, which is an important thing to know, because I feel like most boys are like, oh, then I fucked her. And it's like you have to put a lot more work in for the woman for it to be pleasurable. And even still, if you're young and you're just starting out having sex, a lot of times you don't even know what you like, so you're gonna have to try out everything, and that doesn't mean that you have to communicate what you like, because you might not even know. So just try out everything. A good starting point is the good old classic dry hump. I'm a big believer in
dry.
So underrated.
So underrated.
So
and also,
underrated.
why don't we do it anymore?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, it's like the first like when you start seeing when you start seeing someone, it's dry humps galore.
Dry hump city.
And then as soon as they get that dick, then
you don't do it, it stops. Like it's the whole build up is what women, it actually builds women up to be able to orgasm.
Exactly.
But once you start having sex with each other, men are like, oh, we can just have sex immediately now, and that's not how it works, sweetie.
Yeah, that's completely
and
not how it works.
you know, when it's just like, oh, she was loose or she was too tight. If someone is too tight, that just means they were uncomfortable having sex with you, and they weren't ready for penetration at all. Like the vagina is so elastic that the more aroused you are, the more elasticity it has in it. Like it's incredible. I'm gonna fucking shoot a baby out my vagina, but like my vagina does have the ability to be really tight and clenched up for protection, so it's like the things don't penetrate you all the time.
I'm like imagining you like your vagina whole like clenching up. But yeah,
so if you are stressed, tensed, uncomfortable, your vagina is going to be clenching up. It's going to be hard to penetrate. It's going to be dry, uncomfortable, so you're not going to orgasm from that. Whereas if you're comfortable and you're aroused enough and there's enough work put into you, now sometimes it can go the opposite direction, where like they're literally rubbing the outside of your thigh so hard, or like rubbing you so rough that it clenches you up to it even more.
I feel like in this situation, it's like you actually can't rely on the man to like make you orgasm. Like it actually, you have to like, obviously like they should be able to do it or whatever, but like
a lot of times they
actually can't. So like don't rely on that alone. And also like rub your clit while he's having sex with you if like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Or if you're on top, you can like you can position yourself more to like rub your clit or whatever.
Yeah. But like even like I remember my friends told me that they were like, oh, like, because I was like, oh, I don't know how to have an orgasm with your man because I just haven't. And then they were like, oh, like I just rub my clit every single time and then I have an orgasm. And I was like, oh, and then but then I felt really like ashamed of myself because I was like, oh, I feel so horrible because I'm like having sex and like I feel so horrible because I like want to feel good. Do you know what I mean? And that's so ridiculous.
But your
like,
partner does want you to enjoy yourself as well if you're together. They 100% do, so don't feel embarrassed at all because they want you to either communicate what you want or you take charge and start doing it yourself, because it is a lot of pressure for them, especially if you're not telling them what you like. How the fuck are they supposed to know? Where are they going to teach it or learn it from fucking mainstream porn? Exactly. I don't think so, sweetie.
Exactly.
So you have to let them know. And also a good point to make is that I saw this in a TikTok only recently, but it's a good exemplar of how men have like the vagina is all wrong. If you want to tell your partner, if you are in a hetero relationship, say that vagina skin has the same sensitivity as testicle skin, so then they won't be as rough.
Yeah,
because apparently it's true. It's actually built from the same tissue.
Because they're so rough,
and it makes you also more turned on.
Yeah, and also it's like feels so much better when they're gentle. Like it actually feels so much better, and then they just ruin it by being really rough. That's so true. Sorry, but there's also another question about sex: how to make sex a positive thing rather than a punishment. I relate so much. Oh my god, like I still relate to that so much. Well, I just think that like most of the time I don't really believe in like hookup culture. Like I don't believe that someone can just like enjoy sex with a random person or like enjoy sex with someone you like barely know and trust. And I feel like most of the time we have sex in those situations we're drunk, and like even if I had sex with my partner while I'm drunk, I still feel ashamed about it the next day.
I don't have drunk sex with any of my partners because we both, well, first we've mutually agreed being like we can't really both consent to this, and if we're not going to enjoy ourselves, it's going to be a waste of fucking time.
Exactly.
Obviously sometimes when you're really fucked, you're like
exactly.
And then you're like, oh, you're going at it for 2 hours, and you're like, and then you both feel too awkward to stop. You're like, I don't want to hurt you.
Exactly. I'm like, and it's always, and like you all also like just have this weird, because whenever I'm drunk, I think this is for everyone, but you're kind of like more animalistic, where it's like you just like pleasure seek. So like when you like really feel like you want to have sex and you're like real like you act like a porn star, and it's like you're really like determined or something, and it's like really horrible and you feel really ashamed about it the next day. But that's not for me. I feel like I just like am that way because I have a desperation to feel validated and to feel like I just want to sleep with someone at night. I just want someone to like sleep with me, and I just want to like have someone adore me, and I want to be intimate with someone, and that's like the closest thing that I can get to intimacy is like sex. But I think it's just recognizing that that's not real intimacy, and that's not gonna like, you know, make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, it's like an insatiable desire to feel loved, but you won't get that from hookup culture.
Exactly. But like just acknowledging that where it actually comes from, and like that it comes from just like wanting to feel adored, or you know what I mean, even if it is punishing yourself, just acknowledging that and going from there, if you get me.
I think it might be hard, but try being celibate for a really long time.
Yeah. And
after a breakup, I always just like, well, it was good in lockdown as well because you didn't have a choice, but be like not even seeking validation in terms of texting anyone. Like, you know, the need where you feel like you have to feel wanted to feel valued,
and
even as a person.
When it's there.
Like I deleted all my social media, and then it was really hard, obviously, because I was like, nobody loves me, no one thinks I'm hot, no one thinks I'm sexy, I'm the ugliest person in the world, when obviously that's not true. But when I wasn't checking or comparing myself to people online, or like checking my messages every 2 seconds, then all of a sudden when I was like out in the real world, I realized like I'm so attractive and people are attracted to me, but I don't need to play into it to feel wanted.
Exactly. And like whoever like how many people you have sex with doesn't determine how hot you are, obviously.
And it also doesn't determine how good at sex you are either.
Yeah, when people are like, I'm not good at sex, I'm like, shut up, that's not, like, that just doesn't exist. And also, I also want to say, if you're in a relationship and you do this, because I did this in a relationship as well, I actually experienced this, and I was in a relationship and I was like, hey, could you actually not initiate sex for the next while?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because every time you initiate, like I can actually just pretend that I want it so bad, but like I don't actually, because I'm trying to punish myself. And then he like stopped initiating.
Because there's always going to be a disparity in how much each of the parties want to have sex at any given point, and it can change throughout the course of a relationship. Like you could be the hornier one at the start or the end. But yeah, you just have to communicate and just be like, I want to initiate the next time, and it has nothing to do with you. It's just my sex drive, or it's a lot of things that influencing from my external life as well. Because majority of the time, it's never to do with the other person, how much sex you want to have with your partner.
Never. Like, and also another thing, just in case anyone does this, because I was ashamed for it for so long. I used to as well. I would like, even if I didn't want to have sex, I would initiate sex, just because I felt like my partner wasn't giving me any love or attention. And that was like, because like if you need attention and love, like while you're having sex, they're going to give you all of their attention and love, do you know what I mean? So then I would like initiate sex because I was like, oh, then they'll love me. But then halfway through I didn't want to anymore, and then I felt like I was doing something wrong, if you know what I mean. But like that just means that you just, you know what I mean, being able to catch that as well in the moment, because you like convince yourself that you want it, just being able to catch that, being like, do I just want love for this person, or do I actually want to have sex? And then if it's like, if you actually just want love and attention, just be like, hey, can you just give me some love and attention, or else?
Yeah, I always just say, can I have more attention, please?
Attention,
please. And
sometimes I say it too much, and then it's like,
girl,
I'm breaking up with you.
You're doing a sexy time Q&A.
No. If you could choose, in what movie would you want to live in for the rest of your life?
Oh my god, that's too hard. And none of the movies I watch are like idyllic either.
No, I'd pick a musical. If we're going genre, I'd pick a fucking musical, because that would just be so good. Are you kidding me? Such a good way to process your emotions.
So good, just sing it out.
You know what I mean? And then there's a little like dance choreography thing, and then you just like, do you know what I mean? Then there's loads of people that comes out.
I know, but even the musicals that I do, like La La Land, is full of pain.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Full of pain.
Yeah, that's the thing. But like
Grease,
but like, so I know this is bullshit, but like, so is life. Do you know what I mean? But it's like how you do it. Yeah. So is life. It's really deep.
You have
I'll
to
let Keelan answer this question. Is Saoirse the godmother?
No.
You know who is? Ellie.
Ellie was here. Sorry, Saoirse. I literally texted you being like, can you come home? Can you come home soon? I'm getting my flight. I didn't want to tell you over text that I was pregnant. Can you come home please? Because I'm getting my flight in a few hours, and you were wearing something of mine. And you were like, yeah, I'm coming home soon. And I knew I was pregnant. Sorry.
Like, come on.
And then I was like leaving to go to the airport in 5 minutes. You're like, I'm on the way back now. And I was like, for fuck's sake.
First of all, Keelan texted me that, and then as soon as I was in Hoke, so I go, okay, I'm leaving right now. And also Keelan was freaked in the text, and then I was replying being like, oh hey Keelan, sorry, I'm so sorry, I'll come home soon, kiss. And she was just like, and then I literally was like, oh, the next dirt's not for half an hour, so I had to wait. And then I got on the dirt, and I was like, Keelan, I'm so sorry, I'm on the way home now. And you were just like, it's fine. Do you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like she was like, hey girl.
Yeah, in fairness, I just found out I was pregnant.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't fucking know that. I'm not like, okay, I'll come out just in case she's pregnant. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not fair enough.
Yeah, and the day before, Mum was like, Jesus Christ, Keelan, if you get pregnant, it'll fucking ruin your life. And then I was just like,
oh my god.
Whoops.
It was so weird, because remember me and Ashley were talking about it like a few days before.
Yeah.
And we were like, would we abort it? And I was like, I want to abort mine. You were like, same. And then you were like, I feel like I'm pregnant, or you said something like that. And I was like, standard. Does Saoirse have a boyfriend? That's for me to know and for you guys to find out. I'm just gonna create like this thing that doesn't exist. No, I don't have a boyfriend. Most likely to wear Lululemon, Keelan.
Yeah, I actually would. If I had the money, I literally would wear it.
What's your favourite album and why?
What's my favourite album? I think I love that Coldplay album that we used to listen to when we were kids, just as like a
why did I say
comfort.
Sparks?
Yeah.
I don't know.
As like a comfort thing. And I also love Pink Floyd's The Other Side of the Moon, because I listened to it when I was like 14 and Mum and Dad were breaking up, and now I'm like,
so good.
You know,
Dark Side of the Moon. I have it on vinyl.
What did I say? The Other Side of the Moon?
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
Mine would be, I like Self-Portrait by Bob Dylan, and I'm just gonna go for Self-Portrait by Bob Dylan because I'm not bothered to think of anything else.
That's fair enough, Saoirse.
And also, there was another one, but like I can't even remember, so like shut up. I also like the one by Brian Eno, but I can't remember what it's called, so it doesn't matter. Favorite phase the other one has had. That's
your pixie cut face.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah. You were just so like vulnerable or something, and it was so admirable because you weren't like following the status quo.
Yeah, I was just following whatever you did. But that's my buzz.
I didn't do that.
No, but if you like, but the thing is like that's my buzz. I don't follow the status quo, but I follow like one person or like something. Like, do you know what I mean? And like if I have a boyfriend, that's the person I'm following and no one else.
Right, yeah.
So like if you were like suggested anything, I would have done it because I was like, Keelan thinks this is cool, so I'll.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, no, it is actually really cute. Who was the favorite and why was it Saoirse? Are you suggesting that I'm the favourite in the family?
Oh, the favourite child. Yeah, you were the favourite for ages.
I'm not necessarily the favourite, I'm the highest maintenance. I was the highest maintenance. Do you know what I mean? Like they had no choice.
No, they just paid the most attention to you, but like they didn't necessarily have to.
I think they actually had to because not necessarily that I was going through the most pain, but I'm the most like outwardly like I would be like, I'm gonna kill myself. So like,
fair enough.
Is that not fair? Yeah. Is that fair enough?
Seriously, do you know what?
And I was always getting in trouble in school and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? How to get over an ex without closure? Is a letter a good idea? Narcissist though. No, a letter is not a good idea. I've been there, done that.
Like sending one?
No, don't do it.
Oh my god, no. Don't.
Been there, done
like
that.
You can write one and not send it, but don't send it.
Write one and don't send it. And like also whenever you want to say something to them that you feel, just write it in your notes. So that's what I do. And it could be like, I love you so much and I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. Or it's like, you're the worst person I've ever met in my whole life, I hate you so much. Like that's what I do, and then I just write it in my notes and then it's fine. Or like you can write a letter, but I don't recommend sending it to them because like what are you expecting from that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I sent letters and I'm so paranoid he still has them because I said like crazy stupid fucked up shit.
Same.
And like
like bad things.
No, like I literally was like, I'm never gonna love anyone as much as I love you and stuff. And like I'm getting married now. It's so embarrassing. Yeah. And it's like, but you weren't even that nice to me, and I didn't actually like you that much. I was just delusional, and now it's so embarrassing. But the thing is, if you're going through a breakup, no one actually thinks you're going through it that bad, because anytime I see a friend and they're going through a breakup, I'm like, they're dealing with this surprisingly well. But to you, you're like, this is the end of the world, and you think your bronzer. You think that no, that's my foundation brush.
Where's your bronzer?
Here. And you think that everyone's looking at you being like, oh, it's so pathetic, would they not just get over it? Whereas no one actually thinks that.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like no one's thinking that at all. Well, maybe more for me because I was like every month I was like, how to get over a breakup.
Yeah, but
it was, you know.
But like that's not, but like I have that narrative too sometimes, but like from an outsider's perspective, I think that it's like, I try to like twist the narrative to like, oh, that's so sweet that someone loved someone that much. And like that someone, or like even romanticize it if you have to, but actually don't romanticize it because that ruins everything. You know what annoys me when people are like, you know what I mean, on TikTok, the worst part of, sorry, this is from a movie, but they go, the worst part of a breakup is not loving them anymore, is when you fall out of love with them. That's the worst part. No, it's not. That's actually the best part.
Yeah, like good for you. Like give me a slice.
But like exactly.
And that's how Jason's literally like, I've never gotten my heart broken before, and I'm like, because he fell out of love with his exes. I'm like, lucky. You don't realize how lucky you are.
So lucky. But like at the same time, obviously a breakup is like shapes you. But like I've only met, like you're the only person that I've met, and mum are the only really people I've met who have like been brokenhearted before. Like and it's so hard when you're going through a breakup because you think that everyone's gone through it, but they actually haven't, because it's just a normal thing, because it's like, because everyone's gonna go through it in their whole life except for like obviously sociopaths or whatever. I don't know why I even said that, but like but like you think that everyone's gone through it, but like I've like, and I'm really curious about it now, so I always ask people, I'm like, have you ever been in love before? Because and whenever people go, I don't know, I don't know, you fucking haven't, fuck off, because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
it's not really
so
an
hard.
I don't know question.
Yeah, but it's so hard because like I was like mostly with Ellie and Emma, and they just haven't really experienced that, so I was like, so they were just like, I don't know what to say, and they kind of say the wrong things, and it's such a fragile thing, so it's like, if you say the wrong things, like I wish someone was just like to me, I wish someone just reassured me and was like, he probably does love you, but you just are breaking up. But everyone was just, you know, just was just like, thought that would lead me on, or like thought that would, do you know what I mean? So everyone was just like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this. Also, if you want to have sex with your ex, have sex with your ex. If you want to text your ex, text your ex. If you want to send that letter to your ex, send the letter to your ex. Because when people are like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. First of all,
it makes you want to do it.
Yeah, and you're going to do it anyways. And
but I'm just saying, from personal experience, it made me feel worse.
Oh, same.
I'm still carrying around shame from it now.
Yeah.
Like 2 years later. And sometimes I think about it and I'm like,
and it's like, why would you do it? Like, it's a physical copy. Like,
yes.
It's literally
I included songs that remind me of you and Polaroid disposable pictures of us. And they were going to his parents' house, not even to his house.
I did the exact same thing, and the thing is, I gave it to your man the day he was like, I don't love you anymore.
No,
I gave it to him, and it was like not even like a letter, like it was like a pamphlet. Like it was like from like loads of different days of me just being like, I'll wait for you, like whatever this is, like I'll, you know, like the worst that like, you know, person I ever, do you know what I mean? And just
the thing is, though, you think that they're gonna read that and go, oh, weirdo, but in fairness, I did get I got an emotional reaction, but I thought because he wasn't replying that he was like, oh my god, leave me alone, you psychopath. But I got a call crying.
Did you?
Yeah,
that's good.
But then eventually he was like, will you stop contacting me?
Oh no, these are my friends.
Dad can fix that. Dad knows how to fix that. Whose are they?
My friend Mia's.
It's fine.
Wait, what was I saying?
The letters, the pamphlet.
Oh yeah, but like, yeah, it's grand. And even if you don't even get, also, if you're like being like, oh, I'm ashamed of whatever they think about me, it's so nice, as Rachel Green would say, it's everyone likes, like when everyone likes when someone confesses their love for them. So like, it's such a good, like, and as well, if someone fucking wrote me a fucking pamphlet about them being like, I love you, I'm like, that's so good. I'd be like, this is so good. I'm never like they're pathetic. Do you know what I mean?
But like, as well,
as long as you're being like good, you're not doing anything wrong. Yeah, like I always have that whenever I feel pathetic. I'm like, well, I'm just being nice. So I'm not doing anything wrong.
It's not a crime to love.
Yeah, exactly. And allow yourself to love them.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Because it's good for healing. But as well, you're never going to get sufficient closure that you want. So the term without closure, like most couples don't actually have closure, even if they think that they had closure. They
even
don't.
If they're like, and even if they're like, okay, this is over, and I don't love you, and like, you're still like,
it drags it out longer to be like, I need closure, I need an answer, but what you're actually seeking is for them to go, actually, I made a mistake, I am still in love with you.
Exactly.
When that's not going to happen.
That's so true.
You're never,
especially if you're talking to a narcissist, which is what she said, then
then
it's a double whammy.
But like, sometimes I think I'd say that to myself to make myself feel better. I'd be like, he's a fucking narcissist, even though he just didn't love me as much as I needed to be loved. Now looking back, I'm like, I don't think he was a narcissist, because I've met a narcissist now, and I don't think he was one.
Who's the narcissist? That's so random.
He is one though.
That's so
he literally is. He's like literally delusional. Like I can't. Like, you have no idea. It was insane.
Yeah, I agree, because I feel like obviously people as well, when they fall in love, like they're an exaggerated. It's like an exaggerated version of themselves, if you know what I mean. And like all the worst comes out. So like obviously they're gonna have some narcissistic traits going
but it was
on.
just the way he dealt with heartbreak was the opposite to me.
Oh my God.
So that's why I was like, you have to be a sociopath.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah. I was like, you have to be a sociopath. And it's not anything I'd experienced before, because obviously my two exes before that were very emotional, very communicative. Like, I'd never seen him cry, you know, but I'd seen my other exes cry. So I was just like, what the fuck's going on? You obviously never loved me, even though that was just the way he was dealing with it, and he was doing it in private. Because I was the only person he could talk to, and he couldn't talk to me about it now because we'd broken up. So God bless him. I send him love and light now, obviously. I have no bad feelings towards him at all.
And also, if you are interested in getting back together, imagine you're like saying that.
Imagine I was like, are you interested in being a stepdad?
I'm so pale.
But you will, like, and after that, because I was under the impression that because I watched the whole of Sex and the City like over 3 times, I thought that women were only allowed to have 3 big loves in their lives, and that was my third boyfriend. And you know that it's like, there's a limit on it. You can't have this many partners because it has to be true. It has to be your soulmate. You have to meet the person like almost immediately in your early years. Otherwise you're a failure and you're actually just like, maybe one of your exes now is your soulmate and you don't even know. So I thought that I was like, that's it. I've met everyone and I'm actually just going to be alone for the rest of my life. Yeah. When Jason was actually there waiting for me the whole time.
Exactly. I love that as well, that it's like someone that was... Yeah, I love that it was someone that you always knew as well.
Yeah.
But like, to think about all the people that just pop out of nowhere as well. But like, I understand that because I feel like that now where I'm like, I've met everyone in the world, so...
Yeah.
Hello? I hate this angle so much.
Oh, do you?
How to deal with the friend who's left the friend group?
No, I've never had a friend group, so I don't know.
I'm always the friend to leave the friend group, but I'm saying don't be a fucking cunt, and if you want to be friends with them, be friends with them. Like, come on. If you don't want to be friends with them, obviously don't, but like, think about if you actually want to be friends with them, and also that person's by themselves and whatever they did, they're not a fucking evil person, and I think just make sure they're okay, to be honest. But I don't even know what that means, how to deal with the friend who's left the friend group.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know.
Do you have tips for procrastinating? The only tips for procrastinating is to not procrastinate.
Oh, it's tips for procrastinating. So what I like to do is I like to get into bed, I like to scroll for hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's so good. I didn't even get that. That's so good.
Just for procrastinating, it's actually hard. Like, what do I do?
Just don't procrastinate.
Yeah.
Some things in life, it's like you either... Sometimes it just doesn't. It's just stops.
Doesn't. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't think there's a set rule book where it works for everyone.
Exactly.
But what I like to do for myself is that if I get something done that's really hard or seems very daunting, first of all, it's never as bad as you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
Second of all, reward yourself afterwards.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you don't have to spend money, but like reward yourself.
That's what I did today because Mum was like clean the bathrooms, and then I go okay, and then I was like, it was like the morning, and I was like, oh, I kind of want a coffee and a smoke, and then I go, I'll clean the bathrooms and then I'll have a coffee and smoke.
Yeah.
And Keelan, guess what? Then I was cleaning my bathrooms, me and my mum got in a big fight, so... And then I started crying.
She gave you the old, I don't love you.
Yeah. So then I was crying, But then, listen, I started bawling, crying, and then two hours of my day were taken up by me, like, hyperventilating. But then, guess what? I went to have the coffee and I went to have a smoke. I still haven't had the coffee actually.
Oh.
But I went to have the smoke, and then she came back, and then we made up, and then I finished cleaning the bathrooms. Hello. Talk about good. Not procrastinating.
I cried today as well. And over Mum.
Really? Were you like... I feel like I cry every single day. Like I was saying, because yesterday I started crying, and do you ever just cry and you're like, oh my god, I cry so much but no one even knows? Yeah. Because like, it's literally like for no reason, like it's always like someone comes into my room and then leaves, and then I'll just start crying because I'm like, what's wrong with me? Do you ever get that? Yeah. And then you're like, I actually cry so much and I have this whole other world that no one even knows about.
Sometimes I just like need to cry because I feel it welling up in me, and something will set me off, like I'll stub my toe and then I have a big ball.
Yeah.
Big old ball.
But then it's like satisfying. Like after I had that thing today, I was like, that's satisfying because that was building up for a long time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wait, is there like a match or something?
Yeah, he's watching football and his dad.
That would have been, because do you ever just like, because I feel I always wanted to like go to a pub and watch the match, because do you ever get into it and then it's good?
Oh yeah.
I really want to do that, so now I've just missed my opportunity.
Well, there's the Champions League is on, so...
Oh, so there's loads?
Yeah, there's loads.
Because like I love that, like it's so good. Like I remember in Lurgan and I was like loving it, because like...
You went to a pub in Lurgan?
No, we were just all watching it, like all the Lurgan people, and then Ireland won, and then we were all like hugging and all. It was so good. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Try to guess what the other person is thinking about.
Cock.
Do you want to do the word thing? 1, 2, 3 word, and then 1, 2, 3 word.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay. Wait.
Okay. Wait.
Okay. Wait. Fuck. Okay. Okay. I have one.
Okay. 1, 2, 3
dog. 1, 2, 3 grass. What did you say there?
I said snot.
Snot.
Ew. I'm sorry, but I just had to go with my gut.
1, 2, 3 trees. 1, 2, 3 tissue.
Sorry, I don't know the history of
1, 2, 3 orange.
1, 2, 3 wrong. 1, 2, 3 book.
No, I'm over it now.
I was having fun. Favorite cheese? Cheddar cheese. Parmesan cheese, obviously.
I can't remember what cheese tastes like.
That's so true. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Thoughts on non-Irish people wearing catterings?
Like you? Why would I care?
Yeah, why would I care? Like when I imagine I was being like don't even.
It's like, you don't even know the fucking history.
Someone was like, what's your experience with divorce? And like, I'm going through it now, and I just pointed out, I go, no. And then, but then I saw that she was going through divorce.
That's really sad.
But like, it's
just trying not to get into the middle, because like both your, well, depending on the mental well-being of your parents.
Well, like all of it, no, but all of it will probably be, they're just going to be like talking to you and being like, this one's a cunt, this one's a cunt.
Yeah,
because like even if they're not even mentally ill, like they're going through a divorce. But like, just try not to like be fazed by that. But like,
yeah, you have to be neutral and try not to take part in the bitching.
Things to do with your partner to make you closer. I used to do these there's these questions called on like something, but it's like questions to fall in love. If you just look up that on Safari, there's like these 100 questions, and like on YouTube they do videos to it, but I can't remember what it's called. But I used to do that with my exes.
Yeah, they're really good.
If like I want to feel close to them, or just like doing one of those like we're not really stranger question games, kind of just actually really help. Or
I love doing tantric hugging as well.
Is that like when you like breathe and shit?
You just, he sits down and then I sit on top, wrap my legs around him, and then you hug, and then you like press your foreheads together, and then just breathe for ages. You do it for like 5 minutes.
That's nice.
Because then you don't have to talk either, but it's just like, oh. And everyone, you know, the amount of hugs that you need a day, the recommended daily amount is 8 times.
So
like that's so many.
Yeah, me and Paul used to meditate together sometimes. But and also, wait, what's another one that I just thought of? And also telling them how you feel as well. Because like fighting sometimes brings you guys closer. And like telling them how you feel. If there's a problem or something, and then you guys talk about it for hours, and then you guys feel closer to each other.
Yeah.
Tips for dealing with FOMO when it comes to night out drinking. Anything, because I actually have a thing that I do. Well, I just don't go on Instagram and just don't look, and then just go, well, it's probably going to be shit. And I also just go, whenever those kind of things happen, I just breathe and I just go, I'm just going to let go of that, because I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be right now, and everything's going to be fine. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's going to be other nights out and everything's going to be fine.
And most nights out are the same.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Like, they're all the same.
Exactly.
I know I'm gonna get FOMO though, like a festival season, and I'm like a beached whale and stuck at home. You know?
Not much of a festival gal though. So
but I've never been to a festival with Jason before.
Sometimes I don't go to festivals because of FOMO. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't describe this feeling, but no one relates to it. It's like, I can't go to like festivals and concerts give me anxiety.
Yeah.
Say for example, your favorite band in the whole world were playing in Dublin. As soon as it was announced, I would get anxiety. Even if I had the ticket, I would get anxiety.
Yeah.
And then if following up to it, I would get anxiety. Even being there, I would get anxiety, because I'm like, this is the moment.
Yeah, it's like, I have to enjoy it.
Yeah, kind of. And then I feel like FOMO, it's like the similar feeling to FOMO, and I don't understand why I have it. But that's the same with festivals, and I won't even go to festivals because I feel like I'll get FOMO while I'm at the festivals. Like, it's like too much excitement or something.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'd enjoy it, but like it's too much excitement for all the like concerts. Like, you're just overindulging on all those famous people or something. I don't know. And also those things just stress me out, because like, how are you gonna go home? Like, that's so scary. Like, imagine like this shit, like you'd have to really enjoy the people that you're with.
Yeah, the year where I went to like all the festivals just before COVID.
Remember Parklife? You went to Parklife?
I went to Parklife when I was like 19 though. That was good because you don't stay in tents. You like stay in a hotel and travel back and forth.
Oh, that's so good.
It's so much better. I can't do the whole tents thing. Like, I've left every other festival a day early.
Oh, really?
Because I'm like, I can't do this. Or like, it starts raining and then your tent floods.
Oh,
it wasn't good.
Horrible.
And I never had like a group of friends that I'd go. I kind of just went on my own because I got free tickets, and then would meet people there.
Yeah.
Like a loser.
Yeah,
and I'd literally be standing around like waiting for people to arrive. And I'd just be like
that too. I'd be like that too as well.
Yeah.
Because that gives me anxiety as well, because I'm like, what group of people would I go with?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not cool enough.
And I couldn't even get a lift down to one of them, even though there was like people I knew going down. I was just like, oh, I'm such a loser. But it was just because it was so last minute.
Yeah, me too.
And I ended up just like staying with the cousins because they're so safe, you know. It's like, so like, you are my cousins, so you're not gonna leave me.
Keelan, that's so
like
true.
I was with Ferdy, Alex and Charlie and all, which was so much better.
They're in my dreams like almost every night, like the cousins, or I'm in their house in my dream. Like, it's so weird. Molly was in my dream last night, and she was really rude to Ellie, but she was really nice to me. And she was like, hey Saoirse, and then Ellie was like, hi Molly, and she was like, and I was like, oh. It was so good.
Bit of drama. Seriously, isn't it so fun for this year's Connemara Coast at Christmas? I'm gonna have a baby. I'm gonna have a little baby. So cute.
That's so
Isn't that so cute though?
Oh, that is so cute.
So exciting.
And you'll be like, I have to feed the kid.
Yeah, but like, and as well, like Ashling and Sinead, like being little babysitters for me.
Oh, that'd be so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so when are you gonna, are you not?
I'm not announcing the name, no.
Never?
No, she'll just have a nickname, like most people.
Why? Because you don't want people to know her name?
Well, it's like a privacy issue where I just want her to have privacy.
Yeah, so
like she can't consent to her name being on the internet when she's an unborn child.
Yeah,
and there's just such nut jobs out there. I just don't want that.
Yeah,
like you can find out probably what school she goes to and loads of other things because the accessibility
I'd
of the
always
internet.
be scared like not to be like a creep or whatever, but whenever like people like put on YouTube like their kids like naked or something, I'm like, that's so gross because there's pedophiles on the internet. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what would scare me. Like that would that's what would creep me.
But those influencers, like parent influencers, know that their kids are on those sites, on like pedophile sites, because people, you know, find out and then tell them, and they continue posting them.
It's so gross.
It's so weird.
It's so like fucked up on every level because it's just so fucked up. Like that really disturbs me because they're like capitalizing off their fucking kids.
Yeah, and they don't know the effects yet because it hasn't been around long enough.
Yeah.
Like all those kids are going to need extreme therapy.
Oh, yeah.
And they found as well in the study that extreme therapy.
Like they're like, welcome to extreme therapy.
It's like you have to do extreme
extreme
journaling, extreme talking about your feelings.
So good.
But they found that a lot of those parents, you know, they're always like, well, this is going towards their college fund or like towards children. Majority of the time it's not.
Yeah.
It's just going towards and it's like you didn't have you shouldn't be monetizing your kids as soon as you have them. You should have had kids and being able to financially support them to begin with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like obviously I'm going to take a few nappy sponsorship deals.
100%.
Like no, but obviously it's very lucrative to make money off being a mother, but you don't need to make money off being a child. It's very easy to actually differentiate the two. Because I would totally, like my dream is to promote like a breast pump or like something to do with my tits or like a nipple cream. Like that just that's something I'm made for. You know, I have tits for childbearing. I've always had tits for childbearing. It's like I have mommy milkers. So but you don't need to be like, oh, bath time with my child.
Yeah, you can talk about what it's like to be a mother, but like
which is good because I would love if there was an influencer like me
that's
talking about
so true.
talking about being a mom, especially because I'm not like a millionaire influencer either.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know,
that's actually so true.
But I don't need to see the child. And a lot of times like people do be sending me pictures of their kids, and I'm like, to be honest, like I don't care.
Yeah.
You know,
so true.
Yeah.
Have you seen High Fidelity?
Yeah.
You know the scene where like her friend is like keeps showing her the pictures of her kid, and she's like, I don't care. That's like you.
Yeah, that's like me. Even though I do love, I do love kids.
It's like, oh, that's so cute, but like sometimes it just doesn't hit the spot, and sometimes it does.
Yeah, but I like stories of people talking about their children or like funny stuff they're doing.
Did you ever see the guy? And he's like on TikTok. He's like the cash flow.
Oh, okay, everyone hates him.
The one where it was like my
nightmare blood rotation.
You were in it.
I was in it, yeah.
But I just thought it was so funny because the little boy was there. It was so good. I literally commented on it. I was like, so good, the little boy, even though you were in it. But like that's just so, because like, do you know what I mean? Because it's on. Oh, it's so funny.
No, he's like, my birthday's in June.
But like obviously it's not.
But you know, like you sent me his TikTok, Ellie sent me his TikTok, Patty me sent me his TikTok. Everyone's like, Keelan would like this.
That's so good.
Pregnant.
That's so pregnant. He's so cute. Though everything's in stage, but like he's a really good actor if it's staged.
Yeah. No, like do you realise how dumb kids are? Like there's no way that's staged.
Yeah, exactly.
And they don't take direction well.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's like, staged, like he's 53.
Yeah. It's so good though, like it's so funny, like hating a child, like it's so cruel and funny. Like it's so good. You know the way some people do that in their YouTube videos, like they show like a preview of what's happening. Imagine it was like the preview was like to come out and most people be like
you're like heroes breathing and stuff.
Good.
You know, it's like
it's so good.
Or like the mouth noises.
So good.
Now, I should have a list of questions that like I want to be asked.
I did that once. I did that once for a truth or drink. I did like questions for like truth or drink for siblings, truth or drinks for boyfriend or girlfriend. Like I did a whole list because I was like, these bitches aren't giving me anything.
Yeah, but in fairness, like if an influencer I liked put up a question saying in their story, I'd be panicking so much. I'd be like, it has to be good.
And all the people who did the truth or drink ones were like, not to be weird, but like, and I was like, that's so fair enough, because if I took that out of the wrong context it'd be weird.
Yeah.
But it's like a good question. But like I want to be asked like personal questions.
But yeah, we're not gonna have godparents anymore because we're not doing a christening. We're doing like a humanitarian service thing. But you have like guardians or something, but you can have more than one. So I'm undecided on, because I obviously want to have more kids, but you know.
So I think you should make me one of the guardians, and not even like for a bullshit reason, do you know what I mean? Like not even because I'm like, oh, I want to be special, but because I'd just be such a good godmother.
Yeah.
And I want to like, because I already love the child, so I want to feel close to the child, so I have like I'm like, oh, I'm your godmother.
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, it's your godmother. Are you open-minded about names, or you're just like?
No, we've decided. Yeah.
But what if you see it and you go, this is a fucking Stephen?
I don't think that'll happen. Well, we have a list of like 4 to choose from, but I'm pretty set on it.
Do they know if it's a boy or a girl?
Yeah, they know it's a girl. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye. Wrapping up, and the intros are